30s, we have to have some advice to give. Let's get into all the juicy and dirty gossip. And the rest, well, we'll just figure it out along the way.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Structured Chaos. I'm Kyra, and today we're getting into all of the thoughts that I have been carrying around all week. Hello everyone. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you have a great week ahead. I have so much to get into. So if any of you follow me on my personal page, then you have seen that my dad is here, which happened very unexpectedly. He texts me on Tuesday and I'm at work, which like it's weird for my dad to just like text me in general. And so of course I'm like nervous seeing his name on my phone, and I open the text message and it says, call me when you have a chance. So naturally I'm like, oh, he's dying. Like that's what this text message means, so my heart stops. I asked my client, I said, can I just text my dad really quickly? And I said, is everything okay? Are you all right? I'm at work, but I can call you right now if you need me to. And he said, no problem. Just call me when you can. I'm fine. So I said, okay, you're still not making me feel much better about this, but okay. So I end up calling him and he lets me know that he is coming to San Diego. And so, like I said, this was on Tuesday. Thursday, he was here, and he is here because he is getting stem cell injections therapy. I'm not really procedure. I don't really know what to like label it as. So basically, my dad has been in pain my entire life. He has a really bad back, and he's had 2 back surgeries, and he had a knee replacement last year on one of his knees. He needs his other knee replacement, or his other knee replaced. And so basically what this stem cell procedure is going to do is it's going to be able to like alleviate the pain that he has been experiencing. So for those of you who don't really know what stem cell therapy is, I didn't either, but being that this is a medical podcast, it is my job to inform all of you what that is. So basically what stem cell therapy does is it helps to repair the cells. So whether it's the tendons, the cartilage, the muscle, and it just, I guess, replenishes it and makes it like way less inflamed. And the pain is like way more manageable, if not non-existent. So it's not something that is like an immediate relief. He's going to have to come back in 6 months, and then he'll have to come back in a year. But selfishly, I'm very excited, I guess, that he's been in pain because it allows me to spend some time with him, because my dad lives in Florida and I don't get to see him often. And so I'm really excited to be able to just have uninterrupted time with him right now. He will be here through next Tuesday. So I still have another week, which I'm really, really excited. And it was really great having him here because over the weekend, I went out and hit the streets of Little Italy, San Diego, and did some street interviews. And I was asking people about just dating in San Diego, dating in general, and some Valentine's Day questions. And let me tell you, people did not disappoint. Well, I will say some people disappointed, because I was actually very surprised how many people said no, like they don't want to be on camera. And I feel like I could not be more approachable. Like I said, you could totally pick the question that I ask you. Like, don't worry, it's not as invasive as you might think. Just like you're just having a chat with a girl, like don't even worry about it. And like some people were just like, oh no, like I can't let my boss see this, or and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not asking you like what your favorite position is and if you would fuck your boss, like, but I could, so it was just so funny. And like guys were rude and they're like, no, but it was actually really funny because I feel like when they were like groups of guys, whoever I was like asking initially would always like recommend their friend instead. And they're like, oh no, but I think you should totally ask him. Like, he'd be totally down. And so it was really fun. It was enlightening for sure. I would say, a lot of the girls had the same answers on things. So that was interesting and telling. But that was really fun. So look forward to that. I'm going to make a little video about it. And then I was just like go go go. And so yesterday I just had such a nice relaxing facial, and I'm really 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 trying to be better about staying consistent with things. And I probably, real talk, have not had a facial in like almost a year, and I made a promise to myself I'm going to get one once a month, and I'm gonna like journey, like take everyone through my journey of my skin. I do have nice skin in general. It's not super problematic, but we all want that like perfect, even skin tone, no blotchiness anywhere. If I could go without makeup, like I would just love to. And so, yeah, so I feel really, really refreshed, and I'm like excited, and I feel like my skin is like glowing today if you're watching on YouTube. So I had just, I had a really great week and weekend. But I will say on Saturday, or no, I'm sorry, on Friday at work, I was really sad because as I was doing my client's hair, she informed me that Catherine O'Hara died. And if you guys don't know who that is, that's crazy. Or maybe you don't recognize her by her name, but it's the mom from Home Alone. It's Myra Rose from Schitt's Creek. And she was only 71. As of now, I don't believe that they have released anything as to the cause of death. And 71 is really young. And that makes me just like so sad. She was like the mom icon, both growing up and later on in life, as Kevin's mom from Home Alone, and as Moira Rose. Like, that's a big loss for the world. She was just great. She was just so great. And I'm really sorry for her family. And, hopefully it was just, hopefully, I don't know. I don't even know if you say hopefully it was expected, hopefully it wasn't unexpected. I don't even know which one is better, but hopefully it was just peaceful and she wasn't in pain. And that's all we could ask for. And then the Grammys happened. I don't know about everyone else, but I have not watched the Grammys like in its entirety it's got to be at least 3 years minimum. I feel like I'm not really like locked into award shows, and they don't really like do anything for me. But for some reason, I was feeling it. I said, let's watch the Grammys. And I'm so grateful to have, because what a show it was. Now, it opened up with all of the new artist nominees. Haven't heard of some of them. Cat's Eye, unclear if they're a dance team or music performers. And I'm really sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone if you're a big fan of theirs, but their performance was a little dance teamy. It wasn't giving like hot new artist song of the year type thing. It was giving, you're a pretty group of girls that know how to dance well and people like to look at you. So sorry, but if anyone can like clarify, like, are they more than just what they did, or is that like their thing? And who I also did not know but love and already went and downloaded some of his songs is Somber. I just like loved this man's energy, his sparkly suit. Like, he was working the crowd. His voice was great. I do think that like maybe his like his mic was like a little too loud, I think, possibly, which a girl could relate, real recognize real. And so his like vocals, like I feel like couldn't shine as much, but I like went and listened to his music, and you can tell like he's like a really great artist. So yeah, I loved like getting to know about, learning about him, I guess I should say. The performances were incredible. I would love to know what goes on in Lady Gaga's mind when she is picking out her wardrobe. I don't get it. I mean, her talent is there for sure. I would never take that away from her, but you know, didn't love the outfit choices. Whose outfit I did love, Tiana Taylor. I mean, that woman has body, yaddy, 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 yaddy on her. She looked phenomenal, phenomenal. So she was a presenter and she just looked incredible. I thought that the tribute for Ozzy was really, really, really great and heartfelt. And it was really sad, watching Sharon and Jack and Kelly in the audience. But I thought Post Malone did an excellent job commemorating Ozzy. And so that was really, really cool. And then the D'Angelo tribute, I mean, good God, it was so good. Um, I love D'Angelo and I love his music. Like, his catalog of music will live on forever. I don't know if Lauryn Hill did the best job, but everyone else in addition to her was incredible. So yeah, I would say overall, like, I really, really, really loved watching the Grammys this year, and I'm so glad that I decided to watch it. And I will say I really appreciated how many, celebrities spoke up and used that platform to express how they feel about the state of what's going on in this country right now. So kudos and hats off to them, because more people need to hear it and recognize that what is going on is not okay and it's not helping any of us at all. At all. There was, as a reminder, no football this week. So that's all we have for the weekly news. Today's episode, to kick off the month of February, we are going to get into some of my icks about men, as well as some just like dating qualms that I have, things that I have recognized that I just personally find annoying. Now, when I go into my list of icks, I'm sorry if you find these offensive, or if they might, you know, you might have a spouse that has these things about them. It is nothing against anyone. These are just my personal thoughts on the matter, and things that, like, when I see, I'm just like, ugh, no, gross, couldn't do it. First on the list, sticking your tongue out. Because what? Because why are you a man sticking your tongue out? Like when they do like the in pictures, if you're watching on Spotify, like, I just, like, I don't want to see it. It's not giving someone I'd like to be with. I save it for the girls, save it for the girlies. We don't need you doing any such thing with your mouth in a picture, out in public, none of the above. This is probably one of the highest things on my list. Flip-flops. Like, I cannot stand a man who wears like a thong sandal. I think that if it is, like, I hate to say it, but if it's like a Gucci, sandal, I could maybe get away with it, just because if you're wearing a Gucci thong sandal, then you probably have an outfit that, like, goes with it and, like, makes it a look. So you might get a pass from me. But, like, men should wear slides. Like, I just feel very strongly about that. I don't need to see it, and it's so funny because when I was interviewing people, a couple of girls said the same thing. And one girl was like, why are your toes out? Like, why are your toes out? And I said, like, what grown man is walking into a store and is like, I would love a thong sandal? Like, wear a slide, wear a slide. It ain't for me. So sorry to all of those boys out there who do wear them. Just know that I am silently judging you. And if you're my friend, I probably have already made a joke at your expense. But I mean, go off, like, do what you love, but just know, like, on this end, like, there will be judgment. And I, would like to apologize for that, but I can't, because I do just feel very strongly about it. I hate when a man posts too many stories because we don't care. We don't, you're probably not doing anything that exciting or important. And if you are, like, we don't need you sharing that, like it's very different. And, I hate to be sexist in this, but like some rules are for boys and some rules are for girls. And that, like, that just is what it is. Now, girl, I want to follow your journey. Like, I need to see what's happening. I want to know, like, what are the outfits? Like, what are the different angles of the, concert? Like, I want to know, like, how many dishes are we getting, at dinner? What are the girlies up to? Love it for us. A boy, why do you care so much about what other people are like seeing you do? Like, it's just like a be in the moment. Like, we look to the girls for inspo and, like, what's going on and what's cute. We don't need to see like hundreds of stories for you. And then it means like you're like too into social media, and that's like also like an adjacent ick to me, because like, why? Again, these are the things that just are different for boys and girls. Like, girls into social media obviously makes sense. Boys into social media, no, 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 no. Don't like it. Don't post too many stories. I actually don't know what my cutoff is. Like a solid 6, I feel like, is cool, but like anything after 6 for one day, no, thank you. And 6 is pushing it, just for the record, unless you're doing something super cool. We all know how I feel about cats, so I feel that way if women have cats. If a man has a cat, no. I have been on dating apps where I think that a guy is so handsome, and then he has a picture with his cat, and I'm like, next. Like, it's just like there's not a possibility for me, because what are you doing getting a cat? Like, I don't like, to me it's like, get a dog if you need a companion. Like, I just like a boy and a cat. I don't love it. I don't love it. It would not be for me. It like totally like in my mind. And again, I know how I might sound to some people, whatever. You're probably listening, some of you, and you're like, well, that's why this bitch is single. Like, because she has these particular ass things, which, it might be the case, but never dated a cat owner. And I also, in that same category, like, if you're a small dog owner. So like, if you're going out and buying a dog because like you need companion, totally cool, totally get it. What are you doing bringing home something that's like 5 pounds, like 7 pounds? Like, you're gonna like crush it. Like, you're a boy. You shouldn't want a small dog. Like, you should want like a dog. So that's like like, if you're gonna get an animal, make it a big dog. Essentially, I guess that's it. I don't really know another animal that you could get that I'd be like cool with, unless it was like a monkey or something, but I don't think we can do that anymore. I hate, now, before I say this, I should actually start with, I love tattoos. I want a man who is tatted from the neck down. Like, I love it. I can even do like a little face tattoo or like a behind the ear situation. Like, Now, when I'm exploring these tattoos that you have on your body and asking you about them, if you have like a dumb tattoo, get it covered. Get it covered. I get it. You could have had a crazy night out. You end up at a tattoo shop with your friends, or maybe you lost a bet, or, there could be a multitude of reasons. After, following through with it, I think it's time to get it covered. It's either time to get it removed or covered, because I don't really think we need to have dumb tattoos on us. And I say that to say, like, I obviously know that, like, some people could look at my tattoos and think that they're dumb, but to me, they have meaning. So what I am more so saying is like the ones that like have no meaning, like they're just dumb. Like, they're just like, oh, I thought it was funny. Like, no, I don't think it's funny. That's like on your body. And like, now, I will say, like, I can give like a slight exception if you are fully tatted and like it doesn't stand out, like it's just blending in. Sure, but for the most part, it's a no for me. I just am like, your decision making isn't as good as I'd like it to be. So no. Big one. If you can't parallel park, ick, because why can't you? Why can you not park? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, oh, move. What am I supposed to move over? Let me do it. Like, no, like if I can parallel park, you should be able to parallel park. You know, like I don't want to have to wear the pants in the relationship. Like now we're like searching, looking for a better parking spot because you can't parallel park. Like, no, no. And I'm also, it's like, what if like now I have to waste, like we're wasting money as a unit because we have to pay for parking now because you can't parallel park. Like the only thing you can do is pull into a spot. So that's like a no for me. Like I need you to, now I will say you can not be a great parallel parker. You know, like if it takes you more than one try, like, that's okay. But your limit is 3 actually. So if you're taking any more than 3 attempts to parallel park, or like if you're getting like frustrated and like huffing and puffing, like not gonna work for me. Not gonna work for me. I'm gonna look at you and be like, oh, I guess I have to do everything, like including parking. So that would be like a no for me. Um, if you wear a size medium, like if I'm like, oh, I'm at the store, like I saw this shirt and I think that you would look great in it. What size are you? And you're like, medium. No, no, not for me. Not for me. It means you're just like a little too little for me. I like a man, like I like a man who's bigger, taller. You know, size medium is just giving no. And if any of you are judging me because I'm saying this, I will have you know I did date a man once for a short period of time who did wear a size medium. And, you know, clearly, obviously, that's why we didn't work out, because as soon as I found that out, I was like, ooh, no, next. Just kidding. That's not what happened. But I did look at him differently because I was like, oh, you're just too little. Like, I don't, no, 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 not for me. Um, like if you're sitting far at a sporting event, also a no for me, because why are we here? Why are we here? Like I could watch it at home. I could like go to a cool restaurant and watch it in a bar. Like I love sports. So like I'm going to date someone who's into sports too. So like if you're into sports, like why are we sitting far? Like the whole point to experience like a live game is to like be in it, you know? Like, and speaking for myself, like I don't have kids. So like our money isn't going to our kids. So what are we doing sitting far? Like, you want to sit where? Third level, second level. Okay, I guess I would say that my cutoff would be like second tier, but like no more than the first 3 rows. Like if you're further than the first 3 rows, like don't ask me to go. I'm not. It's a no. It's a no. Unless you'd like to upgrade our tickets before we get there, it's a no for me. Like if I'm at a sporting event, I'm at a sporting event. You know, like no. Um, Drinks like a Monster energy drink or like any type of energy drink, yuck, 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 yuck. That's like well, like cigarette smoking, I like put in the same category as energy drinks. Like I just can't. That's, you know what, another interesting thing, we're working through this therapy together, everyone, right now, because I did again briefly date a man who would drink energy drinks and it would gross me out. And he was like a very like man's man, but I remember like he would come to my house and he would just like, you know, like you hear like the can open and I'm like, ah, gross. Why are you drinking an Monster energy drink? And it's like, you love them? Like you have them on a regular basis? No. No, 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 not for me. Ick, ick, ick. Imagine, like, I think that, like, my worst nightmare would be a man who, like, is wearing a thong sandal in a size medium shirt, drinking a Monster energy drink, walking his small dog. Oh my gosh. I'd be like, get away, get away. Yeah, maybe this is why I'm single, you know? And I would say like my biggest ick aside from thong sandals would be like if you can't make me laugh. Because why? Why aren't you funny? Like, as someone who is funny, I can't just be like the sole provider for humor, you know? Like, am I going to be funnier than you? Most likely, but I still need you to like be able to make me laugh. Like, if you can't make me laugh, like, ick, ick. Like, that I feel like is so important because, like, why aren't you just like quicker with your thoughts and funny, you know? Can't do it. Can't do it. So yeah, that's a little about me and why men find me insufferable. Just kidding. But yeah, like those are like I always have an ongoing list of icks in my phone that like when something, comes across my desk, I'm like, oh, add it to the list. Add it to the list. Like that's an ick for me too. I want to talk about things that I have just experienced in dating that just like bother me. Um and the reason I say that they bother me is not because it was like a one-off situation and like I just like have all this like judgment towards it. Like these are things that like commonly come up in the dating world. So for all of you who don't know, uh dating is rough. Dating is rough. I do happen to love it though at the same time. I think like I just love meeting people and I love, having a conversation with someone. And naturally my brain really like loves patterns and like picks up on patterns quickly. And so when it comes to dating, I really am like a very, very good dater. Of course, there are some poor choices that I make, but I'm fully aware of them. And like, I don't get it twisted. Like, I very much see the red flags. I just choose to ignore them. But it's not because I'm like blindly going into something thinking that it's something else. I will also say, like, certain behaviors have been grandfathered in with some people for me. But overall, like, these are very common things that I experience over and over. And anyone who knows me knows that I date a lot, knows that I do love to date and I will always find the positive in something. And, I am very much a lover. I will say like, oh my God, I met my husband. But then like when things go, not like I start getting that feeling of like, no, it's not going to work. Like, oh, I'm on to the next. I met my next husband, So these are just like, again, online dating being set up by someone. These things do kind of just happen on repeat, which is annoying, which that's why I'm single. Just, it's not my icks, it's these things that I'm about to get into. First I'll get into like two funny things that happen. So on someone's dating profile before, I saw that it said that they were deaf. And truthfully, like, I think that would be my worst nightmare. The amount that I love to talk, if you can't like listen and hear how like funny I am and entertaining I am, like, gut wrenching. Like, someone who can't appreciate that about me. So like, I guess I just had never come across a profile that had said that before. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I think that actually might be my worst nightmare. Like, you can't hear me? You can't hear how fabulous I am? No, can't do it. And then I was telling my friend that, and he was like, well, what about someone who's blind? And I was like, also a no, like someone who can't appreciate how beautiful I am and tell me how beautiful I am and how sex I am and like see it and experience it. Like, also a no for me. Nope. Nope. So I don't even know which one I could do more. Cause I just like love both of those things. Like, tell me I'm pretty, see how sexy I am, and listen to how funny I am. Like those, like I could never, that would like be so hard for me. Like so hard for me. Like it really took me by surprise seeing that. And I had to like sit back and think like, no, I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't do it. And then I also saw a profile one time And I see these a lot, and I actually wish that I was like better at like writing these things down. I mean, I now will be, and then like screenshotting like what the person looks like, because the misogyny that goes on in some of these dating profiles, I'm just like, who is this working on? Like, what woman is reading your bio and your profile and is like, that's my man, that's who I want to be with? Like, this man's profile said, like, you better look good in a bathing suit. And it's like, oh, and of course, just to preface this, you already know, like, 90% of the time, the people who are having these, you know, like stipulations are like needing to take a hard look in the mirror themselves, because I don't think we should be, you know, throwing stones at our glass house. But also, you could also tell like those like clean cut pretty boys, you know, like their abs are their first picture, and they're just like, gym rat, I gotta find someone who appreciates their body like me. And it's like, well, it seems like you appreciate your body like too much. Oh, I guess I'll add that to my list. Also an ick. Like, if you love your body way too much as a guy, ick. Like, no, because what? Oh, no. Mm-mm. Um, I feel like it's like that's like too like restrictive. It's like I would always feel like I like can't have fun because you'd be like worrying about like how many hours you need to spend in the gym later. Like, no, I couldn't do that. But it's just like, what are you like? The way I wish I could live a day in the life of a man's brain to like really understand how they get to some of their thoughts sometimes and their conclusions. Like, huh, huh. Um, yeah, like I am going, I want to like do a series on like men's bios in their profiles, because some of the times it really astonishes me. Some of them are just like rude sometimes too. I mean, in like a multitude of ways. And I'm just like, okay, like, I know why you're single. I look at myself and I'm like, why am I single? I think it's like lack of great choices in this city. But like these guys, I'm like, oh my God, okay, proud boy, like go like somewhere else because it ain't here. And like another thing that happens all the time is like men in dating like just cannot communicate. Like, I will forever not understand how and why. I feel like I am so straightforward, and I am so matter of factly, and I am very, very good at expressing my feelings and very clear. And I always express to a guy, like, just so you know, like, whatever you think I want to hear, it's a no. Like, I want the truth. When I'm asking you something, it's because I want to know. And it's not because I need to hear you say a specific thing. Like, I've always told people, like, listen, if you're not into me, that's fine. Like I'm a big girl. I'll move on. I'll keep breathing and still survive on this earth. I know you don't think that I might if you're honest with me, but I promise you I will. And it's just like always so annoying to me. I was actually in a situation recently where I was expressing to this guy how I felt, or how something that he had did made me feel. And all he kept saying was, that's valid. Like, that's valid. And I said, yeah, no, I know my feelings are valid. I'm not looking for validation. I just am looking for, you know, A, B, and C. And I like walked him through it, held his hand, and I said, listen, like when you say that's valid, you might mean, you're right. I hear you. I'll never do that again. I'm so sorry. I can understand how you got to that conclusion. That's not what my intention was. You know, like all of those things I said, but we don't know each other like that. So I need you to use your words to be able to like let me know like you're on the same page, like you're hearing me. But just saying that's valid is like so dismissive. And then he followed up with, well, I don't know what you want me to say. And I said, that's also a crazy thing, because I legitimately just walked you through exactly what I would want to hear you say and would need to hear you say, until we get to a place where I then like understand, like when you say one thing, like this is what like the actual context behind it means. And I just, in that moment, I was like, yeah, no, we will never work. Like, the emotional intelligence is not there for me. And great guy, have a lot of fun with you. But when I'm expressing how like one of your actions made me feel and you say, that's valid. And then just like move on along, we're not like working through anything and solving anything. Like, that's just like, that's just like, I'm not going to say that you're wrong. I'm just going to say what I think you want to hear and we can move forward. And I feel like that is like one of the biggest things that like constantly is happening when you try to communicate with a guy. Sometimes, okay, I guess I should say sometimes, and like I have changed the type of man that I am into and what I look for. So I will say yes, sometimes it's on me to expect so much out of someone I know is incapable of doing that. But it is like just the most frustrating thing. Like, I, as someone who does communicate, and I do, and I also always give people the benefit of the doubt too. Like I said, I walked him through like, this is why this makes me feel this way, and this is like what I would need instead. Like, this is like more helpful to me. And it's just such a pattern within men. Like, just communicate. Just communicate. Just communicate. Just be honest. It's okay if you change your mind about things. Like, don't worry. But the like more secretive you are, or trying to like manage someone else's feelings that you think that they're going to do something, it's never going to work. So like, if we can all just wear our heart on our sleeve, or like say what we mean, like, that would be nice. That would be nice. Another thing when it comes to online dating, and when this happens, I immediately, nope, nope, you gotta unfollow right away, or whatever, unmatch right away. When we've maybe gone back and forth for like 3 messages, and they say, I'm not really on here a lot. Like, could we just exchange numbers? Like, that would be a lot easier. And in my head, I'm always like, that's so crazy, because we've only been talking through here. So it seems like you do come on here. And like, also, again, like, to me, I'm like, if I want to talk to someone and I know that that's where I talk to them, then I just open up the app and talk to them. Like, it's really not that hard. It's not like they restrict you, like you could only go on in these certain hours. Like, I just don't get when people say that. And so I always respond, and I'm just like, no, I'm not really comfortable with that. If we can just like exchange a few more messages with one another and kind of like get to know each other, to see if we're even in a place where we want to exchange numbers, to then like meet each other, or like have a FaceTime, like, I don't get it. Oh my gosh, recently, um well, recently-ish, there was a situation where this guy had asked if like we could have a phone call, and I said, I'm so sorry. I said, this is like what I have going on the next couple days. I said, I'm happy to text with you, but I really like won't have uninterrupted time to like have a first phone call with someone. And his response was, tricks are for kids. I'm not into that. Like, you're not going to fool me. And I said, excuse me, like, do you think that I'm like lying? Like, I'm literally, I feel like, in too much detail telling you what I'm doing and like giving you the rundown, and you think that I'm lying. Like, as much as women have been scarred from things, I do understand that men have been scarred from things too. And I also always preface with men that like, I feel that I am very different than a lot of women. And the reason that I feel that I can say that is because I talk to women all day long, and I have a large friend group, and I do know like how they speak about dating and how they move through dating versus how I do. And I do feel that I am very different. I'm very, very open. And so it's just like, okay, I'm sorry that you were hurt one time, but like, that's not on me. Like, I didn't do that to you, So I find like that to be so annoying. I could like go on and on and on. Oh, one time a guy asked me, what do I like to do for fun, or what do I like to do to relax, or something like that. And so I had like listed like a bunch of things. And one of the things that I said was that I like to be at home by myself sometimes. And he said, well, that's kind of like counterintuitive that you're on a dating app, but you like to be alone. And I said, well, no, you asked, like, what do I do to relax? And so I was like giving you a list of things that I like to do to relax. And one of those things is to, yes, like have my like time alone and like decompress. And he was like, yeah, I don't think that you're the one for me. Like what did he say? Like you talk, you talk too much, or like you communicate. Oh, he said like, yeah, this seems like it's gonna be like a lot of work. Like I'm gonna date a younger girl because they're way less work and like way less challenging. And I was just like, uh, first of all, like I feel like you think that you're doing something here. Like I feel like you think that you're just like making me feel bad, when I was just like, I was mad at myself for even matching with someone like you. Like that's your mindset. Like someone who knows what they want and it like answers your questions in totality, you find that to be too much work because I know who I am and what I'm looking for. So you're going to date a younger girl. First of all, like that's rude to the young girl, because now you're essentially like saying that she's like dumb and like has no expectations, so you can like what, manipulate her or do the bare minimum. Like guys, like hold on to your husbands, hold on to your husbands, because it is rough out here. It really really is. I feel like I could just like go on and on and on and on about dating experiences that I've had, because it is like truly crazy. And again, these are just like a few examples, but these exact examples like happen over and over and over again. Like it really is crazy. Um and I feel like, again, like I'm open. I've like changed the type of guy. I've changed like the like my expectations are to a certain degree, and it's like still you get hit with the same types of things. Um, but I say all that to say your girl is always still hopeful. Your girl is always still ready to go on a date. But if you have any of those icks of mine, oh, no, we're out. I get you a 1 day conversation and it's a no for me. Um, but yes, I mean, I will get into more dating stories in the future and just like tell you guys about some other things. This was just like our way to kick off the month of love. Next week, I'm going to have Sally King back on, who was on almost a year ago. She's a relationship therapist, and she's going to answer some questions, and she's going to listen to this question or to this episode and like, dissect the things that I'm saying. And so we're going to get into those next week too. So I will have some stories up this week where you guys can submit your questions just about, you know, love, relationships, marriages. Like don't think that you have to be single in order to participate in the conversation with her. And so, yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm going to edit the street interviews and put that out. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And then next week we have my Valentine's Day party that's coming up this week. We have the Super Bowl is happening. Lots to look forward to. I'm Kyra, and this is your reminder that having it mostly together still counts. See you next week. Bye.